The reality is that buying leads is the answer. The question is not if buying leads is the answer. The question is how many leads you need to buy, how consistently you need to buy them, and what leads you should buy. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what are the three most important keys to helping you hit $40,000 per month with your lead options. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 3.5+ years, we've helped 550 agents hit $40,000 per month in paid commissions. And on this channel, I just talked about the strategies, blueprints, and the tactics of those individuals and what they've done. As I'll hop right into the video. So today I want to talk about a few important factors and how this is even possible. Okay. So buying, right? So there's a few things. It's how frequently, how many, and then what type. It's relative. Okay. So this is going to be a quicker video because here's the overall concept that you need to understand. I don't care what you do. I don't care what business you're in. If you do not have leads, you make no money. I will repeat, I don't care what you do. I don't care what business you are in. If you do not have lead flow, you do not have cash flow. Every single business. Now, here's the thing. People think that because some people just have to pay for leads, other people don't. There's only two ways you can get leads. You either have organic or paid. There's organic, there's paid. There's organic, there's paid. Now, when I say organic, meaning like you create the environment for which people become leads, whether it's YouTube, webinars. And by webinars, I don't mean pay webinars. I mean like the in-person events. And if you're not, I'm talking about you're not paying for those people to go there. So you're like hosting an event, you post on your page, a bunch of people show up. That's like, and then there's paid. I hate to break it to you, but if you're in the life insurance space, it's not sexy. So you're going to probably have to do paid. Now let's just start there. If you do not understand that you are running a business, okay, there are tons of businesses in the world. Only the ones that get real foot traffic that don't have to run ads are, really not even anybody. Now that I think about it, because you think about somebody like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, bro, they still run ads. Somebody can say, well, they don't need to run ads. It's like, yeah, they make a lot of money, but they still run ads because there's still competition and there are other people out there that are going to get those clients regardless. It is an input in, input out. Like ads, paid advertising is cheating. When you really think about it, it's like, dude, if I put $1 in, I get 5. Whoa. It's like a self-fulfilling lottery once you figure, or a slot machine once you figure out how to work it. And the beautiful thing is, life insurance is the only vehicle that I know of thus far where you get a crazy advance. So it's like in my business, if somebody, if it costs me $200 to get a client, I may make, an $800 lead purchase. That's $600. Okay. But here you could spend, $1,000 on leads, make 4 sales, so your cost to acquire a client is $250, and deposit into your account off of that 10 grand, which is mind blowing when you think about it. Mind blowing. That's absolutely insane. That's like a 40x or whatever. So your numbers are crazy when you just put money in, pull money out, and then you start playing the game. You're like, yo, this is super simple. Like, I don't need to overcomplicate this. Okay. So let's hop into, that's the first thing. You need to understand that concept. Now, how frequently? Dude, you should really be buying leads every day. And what I mean by that is if you're running your own ads, you're running ads every day. If you're buying leads, you're buying until your order gets filled. Right when your order gets filled, buy another lead pack. I've never understood why people are like, yo, like if you're buying leads and actually working them, meaning they're coming in real time. So I'm going to talk about real-time leads and age leads. All right. So age leads, really simple. You're buying a bulk of leads. All right. Now, typically you're going to get that bulk, work that bulk. And once you've squeezed everything you can out of it, you've worked them for a day or two. Dude, stop trying to squeeze 5 days. Just go buy a new fresh pack of new people that you need to talk to. You need new people. If you don't have new people to talk to, all you're doing is recycling, and then you squeeze it out and you're like, okay, I squeezed everything out of that pack. I'm going to try to go buy another one. You don't even understand the dynamics of growing a business. You need new people to talk to every single day. Every time you clock in, you need new names, new phone numbers, new emails, new conversations. That's how you grow. It just compounds. It just grows. It doesn't stop. It's a business. You don't get the same foot traffic over and over and over again. Like, dude, you're going to run yourself insane. Bro, you just get new people all the time. And then those people may bring you new people. And then you just keep getting more people. And then you get new people. And then you get new people. And then you get more people. It's like, bro, make it super simple. Then you have fresh leads, which is 2 options. You either buy leads or generate leads. If you generate leads, get an American Express, start up a Facebook ad account, run some ads, get some leads. Simple. You don't need to pay me, pay no company to generate your own lead. Now, the pro to that is that way less cost. The cons, you have no idea what you're doing. So you should probably go hire somebody who could just run the ads, keep it simple, get your leads, and just go make money. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want to go a simple route, then just buy leads. And when you buy the leads, make the money, buy more leads. Make the money, buy more leads. Make the money, buy more leads. You know what's funny? I never had a lead problem. It was always, I just didn't want to do the things that lead required for me to do to make the money. That's not the leads though. That's just me. That's a preference. There's never anything like I bought an aged lead and worked it and got a sale. It was a year old. Did I love it? No. Did I want to make a crazy ROI? Yes. Was it worth it to me? Absolutely not. I'm not about to be dialing all day long. I just don't want to do that. I got stuff I want to do. I want to kick back. I want to be able to make my money and buy. I'd rather invest in my skills, learn how to sell, get better at selling, increase my skill, decrease my time, spend more money, get my money back. But I was back in the day where we were selling in person, so virtual selling wasn't even the thing. Now, if I know virtually, I would have been crushing it because I've been like, dude, I had to work the leads locally. They just sucked, and I was still making it work. So I'm like, dude, if I could get fresh leads that like knew what it was and were high intent, and I could just call around the country, are you serious right now? All I gotta do is learn a skill. You gotta learn one skill. That's a cool thing about leads. Dude, you have to learn one skill. This is the only, like, my business, I gotta learn marketing, systems, hiring. There's always a thing. Bro, you gotta learn one skill. Buy leads, put a credit card on file, auto draft that boy. Hey, yo, when I get to my limit, auto draft me. Like, if I'm running a team, that's how I'm telling them. Keep it simple. Dude, all this other emotional heebie-jeebie means nothing. Bro, when you get good enough to buy fresh leads, you should be on an auto recurring payment. It makes no sense to not be on auto recurring. I don't get that. There's nothing about that makes sense to me. Most people don't even understand. You don't even understand your numbers. You don't even know how much you need to spend to make the money back. Let me go big screen real quick. If you don't know how much you need to spend, if you don't actually know your numbers, how are you going to grow? Yo, with the stuff I know now, I be thinking like, yo, the life insurance game is so backwards. So many people don't understand it. Bro, if you just understand the simple logics of math, all you're doing is once you get good at this skill, which whatever time that takes, and then you teach other people how to get good at this skill, bro, you're just building a sales team. Nothing else. You hire an admin, you build a sales team, you post on social media, you buy nice stuff, people get excited, they want to join you. It's like you just create this consistent process, right? But it starts with the most basic thing. Bro, you don't buy enough leads. You're like, dude, how do I make more? Bro, buy more. Get more. You need more leads, bro. You want to make more, you need more leads. Simple. You just need more leads. I hate to say it because I'm the lead guy, but it's the truth. And I've like kind of been shying away from it. But like right now, April, let's just call April 15th, keep it simple. Going forward, I will be 1,000% honest with people about what they need to do to make their goal. I will not tell people that they're going to spend a little bit less because I'm realizing I'm doing people a disservice. Bro, you need more leads, bro. You need to know your numbers. Stop being emotional. If you don't want to listen to me, you keep doing what you're doing. You want to write 40 to 60 grand, I'm telling you what to do. Buy more leads, figure out your numbers, get better at selling, and input, output. You're worried about all these other factors, all this other stuff, dude. That does not matter, bro. What's simple is you need to spend more, get more leads, make more sales. Point blank, period. When you can do that, you will make significantly more money. You'll close significantly more deals. You'll have consistently better conversations. You will not waste your time with nutsos. You won't be upset because you'll have another lead. Bro, objections don't even matter. Bro, if I drop, dog, when I was selling, bro, I was paying 50, 60, 70, bro. My car was getting smacked, bro. Every day, just like 100,000, bro. It's just boom, boom. That was the culture. It got so soft now. And that's a blessing that we got virtual, but now we got virtual, but we got soft on the business side. You need to be buying leads every day. If you're not buying leads, you're not going to make money. You talking about you want to make 30, 40, 50, $60,000, but you're buying leads once a week. Bro, are you serious? Dog, if I had a 25 pack, I'd be like, yo, let me get my 25 leads. The moment I hit 25 and I work them joints, I'm going to run me back another pack. Why? Because as those are dripping in, I'm hitting the old leads. I have nothing else to do but call. That's it. And the crazy thing is, you can really just work Monday to Friday. Like, if you really go hard, you don't even got to work on Saturdays. Unless you just really want to go busy. You go Monday to Friday, you work your butt off, you make your money, and then you're just like, yo, I'm good. You want to hop on? Cool. Like, it's such like, the more I think about it, it's like, wow, this is so simple. It's so people try to overcomplicate it. Let's just walk through what this looks like real quick. And I love doing these because this is just my opportunity to vent, bro. But it's also like the truth. Let's just walk through how simple this is. Okay. So I'm buying leads. Super simple. Let's say I spend $500. Oh my goodness. And I make $5,000. Oh my goodness. Guess what? $4,500 in what's called gross profit margins, right? Oh my goodness. Whoa. That's how much I made, or gross revenue. It doesn't matter. Now, no, gross profits. I spent my money on my leads. Now, I'm going to do is just, if you have never read the book, it's called Profit First, I think it's called. Yeah. So you're just going to do this. Let's do some simple math. This is the easiest way to do it. I love this. I love this frame because this has helped me out drastically. So let's say 4,500 times 0.65. Okay. So that's 2,925. That should just be going towards leads. They call that operating expense. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is crazy, bro. Now I'm going to take this 4,500 and I'm going to multiply this by 0.20. That's $900. $900. That's just called profit. That's the actual money that I should be taking to pay myself, pay other things. Whoa. Now I'm going to take this other 2,925, 4,500 times 0.15. That's taxes. So that's 675. Oh my goodness. Now all I got to do is take this. I live off this. It's the only thing I live off. That's it. I take this right here. Wow, dude, so easy. I literally take this right here, and then I just go buy more leads. Whoa. So now, if I want to keep doing the same amount of work, guess what I can do? I can still go take this. I can max out this 2,925, and I would still be straight. In worst case scenario, if I didn't close a soul, which would damn near be impossible. But let's just say I closed nobody, and I really have to. I can still go take this $900, take 500, live off 400 for the week, because we should easily be able to do that, and then keep growing my business. Wow. Right? Now, obviously, you're not going to take this whole 2,925, because then if you really want to be smart, you take from what's in this operating expense and you actually break it down into, a persistency, and then you take lead spend. That's how you really would break it down. So let's say you're estimating that 2,925, and let's say you keep 70% on the books, so 0.70. So it's actually 2,000 would be your lead spend, just call it 2,000, and then the other chargebacks. Oh my goodness, guess what? People don't track any of numbers. You know what the beautiful thing is? You can figure out how much you spent, how much you made, and then you just reverse engineer it. And then you just keep doing that. And then guess what? Now you got $2,000 you can spend towards leads. So if you're smart, what I would do to start building up my capital to get myself paid, and I'd probably do the same thing again. I would do that for the first month, stack that up. So now I just take all these numbers and multiply it times 4. So 5,000 times 4 is what? Oh my goodness. 5,000 times 4 is 20,000, right? So now I'm going to take that same 20,000 I just made, okay? And this could be unrealistic, right? Somebody say, oh, you're not going to deposit $5,000. It's just like, well, you could. But let's just say you don't. And that's not 5,000. Let's go 4,500 because I already took my lead spend off of there. So 4,500 times 4 is 18K, right? That's what I'm getting back. And then I just do my math. So 18,000 times 0.65 is 11,700, right? That's going to give me my OPEX, my operating expense. I'm going to multiply that times 0.70. So that's going to be 8,190. That's going to be specifically for my lead spend for the entire month to reinvest for the next month. And then I'm going to go up and I'm going to take that other 11,700 and I'm going to multiply that times 0.30, and that's my 3,500. Wow, that's super easy. Cool. So now I have $3,500 specifically for chargebacks. Now I'm going to take $18,000 and I'm going to multiply that times 0.20. That means I'm going to pay myself $3,600 this month. That's probably more than I was making in my last job. That's just if I do that 1 month. And that's me being conservative. Now, if I go spend more money on more leads and get better leads and get better it's like, dude, it's an ongoing game. But if you don't even know these numbers, most people don't, because I didn't know anything about all this stuff until like 8 months ago. You have no idea. So when you can actually look at these numbers and actually remove all the emotion out and be logical about it, you will make significantly more money, because now it's just input, output. And when you see numbers, you see the world clear. When you break things down and you actually can see numbers, everything becomes clear in the world. You remove a lot of emotion. You're not all like, oh my goodness, this is going to happen to me. You just take all that back and you're like, dude, let's just keep it simple. This is how much I have. This is how much I need to spend. And then you just look at it for what it is. Like, I sleep way better at night now. And yeah, it's not always pretty because you don't want to see what it is. But the moment you can see it and you can see it clearly, you can change it. You can't track it. You can't change it. People are just like, yeah, bro, I'm spending this much on leads and I make this much. It's like, yes, that's like first grade, bro. But like fifth grade is just simply like do this, do this. And then you start getting into what do these numbers mean? So when I spend $500 on leads, how many leads do I sell? Let's say I only sold 2 policies by May 1st. It's like, okay, $250 cost to acquire clients. Like, well, that's not bad. It's like, how long did it take me to sell? Right? And cost to acquire client means how much do I have to spend to get a close? So if it's 250 and I want to make 1 close a day, guess what I need to do? I need to spend at least $250 per day with said company that I just bought that from. So whether that's aged leads, fresh leads, whatever. And then once you have those numbers, you just go back to the company and say, dude, I need this many leads for this much for this week, and let's run it. And then you stop worrying about the leads and the closes and home, and you just worry about the numbers, bro. That's all that matters. It's just the numbers. Input, output, numbers. Remove all the emotion that goes into how many. You only base how many leads you need off of how much you need to close. So if you buy from Agent Lead Lab or whatever company, and it takes you 30 leads on average to close, dude, you just buy, and you want to close 1 a day, dude, just buy 30 leads a day. As long as you have the bandwidth to work the leads properly, right? There's a point of no end. Like if you get to the point where like you can't scale infinitely because unless you have a million dialers, it's like you're just not gonna work. But as long as you keep scaling, dude, you have infinite. It's like, dude, I don't really understand why people get all bent out of shape. It makes zero sense to me. I'm like, dude, you spend as much, and like now I'm just take all the emotion out. It's like, bro, cool. You spent this. That's all right, bro. You didn't have a good experience. It's fine. I'm not tripping. But you have to understand that when you move like that, everything becomes clear in your mind. You're like, oh yeah, bro, I'm good. Like this is how much I need to spend, this is how much I'm gonna make. I'm off to the races. And then last is what type. Every lead type is not created equally. There are lead types that are cheaper, have a higher ROI, but require more time. There are lead types that are more expensive, that have a much higher ROI, but take forever. There's leads that are really cheap, really high ROI, high like closes, but low ROI. Dude, you gotta pick your poison. I personally don't love the cheap and the low ROI just to get a lot of closes to say I feel good. I want to be in that middle ground. So I like, now that I know a little bit more, I think in my opinion, it's very simple. I would go probably veteran, and the only reason I say that, and I've changed a little bit from mortgage protection being my highest, is because of there are a lot of veterans that also can be like widows by themselves. There's not a his and hers. Why? Like I know how much it costs to generate those leads and how much you can make is stupid. So your actual cost to acquire a client is better. And I look at businesses not from like, I look at businesses from numbers now. So I just look at like, if I can spend this much and the cost to acquire a client for a vet is like sub 350 typically, it's like, dude, so for every $350 I spend, if I can deposit like $1,500 to $1,600 on average on my deposits, are you serious right now? It's like, dude, if I want to make more money, then it's just simple. I gotta at least spend $250 a day on ads or in leads. If I want to close 1 a day, so it's like 250 times 5 is what? 1,000. Simple. Or 300 times 5 is what? 1,500. So I got to get, that's 5 closes a week. And if my average collected per sale is 1,500, I just do some simple math. I say, oh, okay. So I take 1,500 times 5, and that means I'd write 7,400 a week times 4 would be 30 grand in issue paid business. Oh my goodness. If I want to make more, all I do is just add the numbers. I might want to make 2 sales a week. So I take 2 times 350 is $700 times 5 is $3,500 a week. So I'm going to spend $3,500 a week in leads. Oh my goodness. So I do 2 times 1,500, which is 3 grand, times 5, which is 15 grand, times 4, which is $60,000. And that's just me working 5 days a week. If I want to work on Saturdays, what are we talking about? I don't really know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. The numbers are there though. They make sense. That's how you make $60,000 into your bank account. I'm not worried about the leaderboard. I'm talking about $60,000 into your bank account every month, which means you'd be making $720,000 a year. So if you just get your people to do half that, which is 1 sale a day, all they have to do is spend, what do we do the math on? 350 times, let's call it 6. They need to spend $2,000 a week on leads, and they'll deposit $30,000. But see, you can't think like that unless you know numbers, because everything you do is so emotional, and you make. And I dropped a video on this on my page the other day on my Instagram, but it was the truth. Like I had a conversation with the guy, and it just blew my mind. Like I'm telling this guy how much it costs for him to make a sale, and he's just arguing with me. And I'm like, and I talked to my mentor yesterday, and he's like, you can't argue with people that are no disrespect, kind of dumb. Like, why am I? It's like, dude, this is how much you need to spend. This is what it is. He's like, yeah, but this and like the leads and like the first batch was great, but then the second batch was bad. So like, how do we know? And I'm like, dude, well, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't actually matter, bro. Like when you look at it, who cares what I say? Like, what are the numbers? That's the beauty of like you got to do something for a month because you have 2 weeks of data and you're like trying to make a conclusive decision. It's like, bro, do it for a month and then make the freaking decision. And then you can decide, does this make sense? And if it does, keep doing it. People get so bent out of shape because of what? Like it doesn't matter, dude. If you bought 25 leads and 14 of them had disconnected numbers, but you made 4 sales, who really cares? Does it actually matter? Like genuinely, if it doesn't matter, what's the difference? That's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, bro, I don't really care. Like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, if you want to give me like a text verified lead, like I mean, I guess, I guess that's cool. I'll take it for sure. But if I can get, if it, if me having to confirm my number may be the likelihood that I lose a few leads here and there, like meaning me. I'm not talking about to sell to the public because people they don't think like me. I'd be like, dude, I don't want none of that, bro. I'm good. Just give me all the leads possible. So I can do my numbers. And then I can actually say, like, does this text verification actually make the leads better? If I can add it, it will. If I can't, then it won't. And it's like, if it doesn't, then fine. If it does, then perfect. Whoa. The problem with the inconsistency of the life insurance space is that it's a bunch of people who don't understand business getting paid like business owners, and they don't know how to run a business, so they don't know what to do with their money. So they're actually getting 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in deposits every month, and then they don't know what to do with their money. Because the more I think about it, you really would be fine if you just knew how to separate your money. You just don't know how to separate your money. You have no idea. And because you have no idea, you can't make the right decisions. So you don't track your own expenses. And then you don't track your expenses, so you're upset. What? Excuse me. But if you just set everything up properly, you'd be fine. Because if I told you for every $5,000 you make, you got to put 920, basically $1,000 away for leads, you would do it. And I was like, this is why you do it. And I say you'd have this and this and this, and you followed that, you'd be fine. Because when stuff happens, you'd already have that fund and you'd keep going and you make your decisions. But when you have $5,000 and it's actually 5K and you don't know what to do, and I'm saying that because I've had $100,000 sitting in the account, $100,000, I had no idea what I was doing. And then I couldn't make decisions because I didn't really know. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have this. So it's not separated properly. And you don't have everything structured. But it starts with you buying leads. Because, bro, if you don't at least know that you need to buy more leads to make more money, none of this other stuff matters. But you also need to have this in your mind because you need to know need to have a lead spend budget. I just remember, bro. I just remember, I was like, well, you just need to buy more leads. I'm like, cool. There was no more conversation. I was like, man, this is what I'm going to do. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I hope this video helps. I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. Bro, if you want to make more money, you got to buy more leads. But you have to buy more leads based on your numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, figure out your numbers, then buy more. Just like if you're trying to run a business, they're like, yo, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to figure this out. I was like, okay, just spend more. I don't really know what the problem is. Like, have you tracked your numbers? No. Okay, track your numbers. Come back to me. Once you come back to me, we'll spend more. Point blank period. And then grow, right? So hopefully that helps. If you're looking to buy leads, you can go to leadlabcrm.com. If you're looking to do anything else, just let me know. If you want to potentially work with us, go to our website, fill it out. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.